The all share index closed negative today, and that is not a good one because we're actually expecting the all share index to break all-time high. But unfortunately, we've gotten a rejection here and we may be heading to a downward trend. But of course, I don't expect it to go down much because I expect investors to start taking advantage of the downward market. So in today's video, I'm going to look at some stocks and I'm going to show you one stock that I bought today. And I actually got close to 600,000 units today, and that's because I think that stock is going to do some numbers. So without wasting time, my name is Investor Joseph and you are welcome to the Financial Edge, where we discuss about financial freedom via trade and investment. So let's quickly jump to the charts. And with this, you can see how the market is faring. So we've moved from here to this part, and that has also given us an ample opportunity to lock in a whole lot of profit in our portfolio. So if your portfolio is still down at this stage, I think maybe you're in the wrong stock, or maybe you've listened to the wrong video, or you've listened to the wrong mentor, and that is why your portfolio is down. So your portfolio should be up now, and if it is down, I think you need to reach out to me so that I can give you professional guidance on how to revive your portfolio. So if you check very well from our screen, you will see that Access is actually down, Fidelity is down, and Jitco is down. And if you've observed this video that I did here, this market report, I told you guys something that currently money is leaving the banking sector. I told you guys, and in my community, while we are looking at one of the banking stock, we see how their earnings per share actually decrease, and which is a huge sign. And you know, the right issue will also serve a little bit of dilution to these stocks because now they are now in good numbers. So these are some key tips. That is why you need to take your time to watch market review so that you can get insight on what to do in the market. And while I was doing this market review, if you remember, I told you guys that you should look at Veritas, and today Veritas was actually selling for 1 naira. It was selling for 1 naira, and for those of us who I gave insight, I said we should buy around that area. That's what I said. I said we should buy around that area. And if you've taken my advice by now, you should have some Veritas. So, and I said around this area also is another point to load. And I said the best price to go in is actually 86 kobo. And I said we'll expect this area to hold as we move along in the market. So that is one stock I encourage us to buy while I was doing this market review. So for today's video, there is another stock that I actually bought. I bought that stock because I know it's going to make some numbers. So we'll look at some stocks that actually did well in the market. So we'll look at stocks that did well in the market, and one of them is Maya. Maya actually did 10%. So let's look at Maya. We'll just look at 2 or 3 top gainers. So one thing I don't like about Maya is the fact that it's not too liquid. And if a stock is not liquid, you don't want to go in because sometimes to go out will be a problem. So, but let's say when I discovered Maya was below 3, and they are actually paying good dividends then. So if you want to enter, let's say you were able to come across my videos around that area, around that time, you to go in, even though it is little capital. By now, I think that capital must have turned into good money now. And that is Maya for you. Maya gained 10% today. So another top gainers on the watch is Smart Product. Smart Product has actually started going up from 20 kobo. In fact, it's one unique product so far, but it's actually difficult to buy, maybe because it's not always available and a lot of people want to key in. So the all-time high is actually unique, and I guess maybe it's on its way to all-time high. And if it's on its way to all-time high, those who actually bought early will actually make cool money. So all-time high for Smart Product is actually 1 naira 48 kobo, and it's currently selling for 55 kobo. So if it's readily available, you want to see if you will key in. Let's look at weekly and maybe we'll see what is doing proper. So you can see this is the weekly chart, and this area also will serve as resistance. So if you want to go in, maybe you wait and go in around 50. But if you want to hold for a long time and you don't care how long it will take, and even if you pull back, you are not bothered, you might want to go in now, maybe just a little cash. Maybe you just get like 1 million units or 100,000 units, which will cost you, I think, maybe 55,000 naira. You just lock in and wait until you get to all-time high. It actually hit this all-time high after listing, and that was 2013. April to be precise, so you can actually look at them. So let's look at another top gainers in the market, which is Multiverse. Multiverse actually closed 11. I actually bought Multiverse below 10, and now Multiverse actually close at 11, and which is a good sign. And if Multiverse is actually breaking this region here, which I think so far so good. Last time we had a rejection around 1240, and the question is, are we still going to have another rejection around that area? And that is what I want to leave for you to answer. So it was this area here that you can also decide to sell, because this is first rejection, second rejection. So we might reject it another time again, the third time, before we see another breaker. But who knows? We might see a breaker, because from what I saw today, there was no much volume compared to when it actually pick up around 665 region. So that is Multiverse for you. And another one we want to look at again is Beta Glass. Yeah, my community, we talk about Beta Glass, and even though it's not too liquid, but because of their earnings per share, they actually made close to 16 naira. So 16 naira, if you factor in 10%, that will give us 160, and currently is actually shooting every day. And if you look at it now, we've broken this area here, and we are currently here, which is 176, which is almost 10%. So normally with everything, I think Beta Glass should get to 200 naira. That is where I expect Beta Glass to be. So we still have other that have done well. We have Homecore, we have Abe, we have Cavatin. Cavatin is one interesting one, because I actually recommended Cavatin to my community. I also did a video in my other channel advising people to actually go into Cavatin, and I think those who actually followed my direction will be in money. You can see this is the chart, and we've actually broken it, and we are heading our way to what? We're heading our way to 450, and that would be 100. That would be 50% for me, and I think I'm fine with that 50%. So that was what I did, and even during the weekend, I emphasized why this is a buy with my community, and a whole lot of them actually took position. And in my second community, where we want to turn 1 million naira to 10 million naira within a year, I also recommend it to them. And some of them couldn't key in before the price skyrocket. I also recommended another one for them today, and a lot of them bought that. I also bought it, and I want to share that with you also, so that you see how we do our trading. For Cavatin has they've went into partnership. We are planning, Nigeria is planning to have a shipping line, but it will be owned or it will be managed by a private sector. So Cavatin is part of the partner that will actually manage that aspect. So they went into partnership with Buck, I think Box Tanner, if I'm not mistaken, and with NMPC and Cavatin. So three of them, and that is why Cavatin was actually on full bid today. It was amazing, guys. Even in my club community, I also recommended Cavatin for them, and I think those who actually key in also will be making cool money. So before we go, I want you to subscribe. I want you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I want you to hit the notification bell so that I get notified anytime my post enriching videos like this. So I know a lot of us here who are watching, you just want to hear that one stock that I'm sharing, and that one stock I'll give you guys. We actually bought today, and tomorrow, if you see it around that area also, it will be a good buy, and that is Nemit. So that's Nemit International. So we are looking at the weekly chart right now. So if you look at the weekly charts, you will see that this stock is actually a unique stock. So this area that was actually broken today has been a resistant level for a long time, and today we actually saw how the market actually pushed beyond that. So let me just draw a rectangle there, and so that you see what I'm talking about. So this is the area I'm talking about. So this area serves as resistant in this region here. So this area around here, which is 2020, serve as resistance before we saw a pullback. And also, if you look at it now, we also have a support. So this area that served as resistance has become support, and you saw how the stock actually retraced back. So close 316. So by tomorrow, we'll be expecting NEMIT to close at 43.46. So that's what we are expecting from NEMIT. We are expecting NEMIT to close at 40.46, and that will send it to the all-time high of 380. So that if this trend continue before Friday, we might be seeing NEMIT breaking the all-time high. So this is it. So before I recommend, previously I do recommend stock like this, but I will not take position, and I realize sometimes people will just think, "But you didn't buy," you know. So I've given nice calls in my community. You know, the community is actually cheap if you are trading with your money, but if you are just coming to the market to see what is happening, the community is not actually cheap. For example, let's say you have 10 million naira. The community is not cheap. The community is cheap because with 10 million naira, you are sure to make 100% in a year, and you are sure to even make 50% in a year, and that's 5 million naira. Then how much you cannot take from it? But somebody who is just struggling and who just having little cash, now I'm giving public calls, the person will not take it. You understand? So how will you grow? If you're starting with 200,000, you're starting with 500,000, you will grow. You will grow. It's just a starting point. And because you have reason to invest money, sometimes this money will find their way to your pocket. So this is how it works, and this is what we expected from this. Let's quickly look at the daily chart so that we can get what has been going on. You see, it has been ranging all this while around this area here, and currently volume is actually going up. For me, I think it's the cheapest so far in the health sector. And also, if you look at their Q1, their Q1 is actually excellent. They made over 86% of their revenue. They grew 86% in their revenue, and that is also a good one. Why their EPS, they grew 50%. That is a core one, and I expect them to sustain it because of government investing in local production of all these stocks. So some of these companies are actually building factories in Nigeria. So this is the core reason why I'm buying Nemit, and my community, we've loaded it already. So if you see any pullback, ensure you actually take advantage of the pullback. So just like I told you guys, you see money is leaving most of these consumer goods right now, and they are coming into the service sector. So guys, this is the stocks I bought today, and the one I bought on Friday was actually Caverton, so I bought this today. And as I buy most of these things, I'm going to share with you, but it's just that you might get it after I've done it. But those who want to get it real time, join my community so that the time I'm buying, you will see. I actually posted it in my community, and I told them I am buying this today, and I bought, and a lot of them in the market also do the same. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that I get notified when I post enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep impacting your community. I love you all, my friends. See you in the next one. Bye.